Alright, what's going on, Giants fans? Making a quick video because it's got some exciting news. News that is exciting. You want to know why I'm excited? Because the guy I love, man, the guy I'm in full bloom love with, Patrick Graham, is here to stay. Here to stay. The Giants announced that he was signing a contract extension and he will not be entertaining offers for other gigs as head coach. And we know he just had an interview request with the Jets, so it seems like they got that, and the Giants are like, hey, we want to keep you around, man. What do we have to do? So, they're not going to release the details of his contract extension. They just don't do that with coaches. Maybe it'll leak out eventually. But man, that makes me so happy because I'm so proud of what this defense became in 2020. I mean, hell, I can pull up the stats, but basically they went from the 30th ranked defense to the 9th ranked defense in 1 year. In 1 year, and I get, like, they added players. Like, it's not like they were playing with scrubs, but we didn't. Even with the players they added, I don't think any of us expected a really good year for this defense, man. And I'll just read you the stats. 2019, 30th in points. This year, 9th. Last year, in passing defense, gave up 4,225 yards, 7.1 yards per attempt, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. This year, 4,000 less yards, a yard less per attempt, 22 touchdowns, which is 8 less, and then one more interception. And then rushing, the rushing yards per carry went up by 0.2, but you got to think we played the Ravens this year. And then the touchdowns went down 5. And then the per game went down 2 by 2 yards. So Patrick Graham has been awesome, man, and he's trusted these vets. And that's the thing, is we're keeping vets around. We got Blake Martinez, James Bradberry, Logan Ryan, Jabril Peppers. All those guys are locked up for next year. You got to think we're going to bring back either Leonard Williams or Dalvin. I actually think they should try and bring back both and do what they need to do to keep this defense intact. And then you got the young guys behind them, and Darnay Holmes, Xavier McKinney, Julian Love, Tay Crowder, Isaac Edom. And we have an offseason of adding players. Like, maybe they don't go out and spend a ton of money in free agency, but they're going to add players. And you would think they're going to address the edge. And it seemed like this defense was just a decent edge player away from being an elite defense. And I believe that too. I think a good edge player would make this defense elite. And you got to think, like, as much as Lorenzo Carter and O'Shane Ximines, like, those guys aren't going to be all world. They surely were an improvement over what we were doing the last 5 games of the year, whereas, Carter Coughlin, Cam Brown, Jabal Sheard, Nico Lalos. So I'm excited, and it's cool that him and Joe Judge to do this, man, is a big deal. Like, I don't think this happens pretty often. Like, guys take their chances at head coaching gigs, and the fact that he's like, hey, I won't even go interview. I'm just going to sign this extension because I want to stay here. I think it really speaks volumes to the culture that Joe Judge is building. Like this, like, I'm serious. This isn't typical. This is not typical, especially with a team that, doesn't have a ton of talent and may not turn things around next year. Like, there's no guarantee that this team is going to, be good next year. We hope it is. We think it's moving in that way, but there's no guarantee. So for him to be like, hey, I'm not even going to take those interviews is big. And a lot of times the interviews 1 year lead to the head coaching job the next year. So for him to not even entertain the interviews, man, I think that speaks to what Patrick Graham and Joe Judge are doing. They're building for the future of this team, and they believe in what they're building here. So I'm happy, man. It seems like these guys love him. I mean, Blake Martinez had a quote today in his presser saying, when he was asked about Patrick Graham taking another job possibly, and he's like, I'm a stage 5 clinger. Like, I'm going to come find you, Patrick Graham. You better not leave me. So, I'm happy, and he seems to be a good guy that really gets, the culture and the identity of the New York Giants, man. So, listen, he might be my favorite coordinator in a long time. Like, I loved Spags, but I thought Spags was a little bit of a product of the players he had. Kevin Gilbride, I liked him. I know a lot of people hated him. But I really love Patrick Graham, man, because I think he changes things up every week. And that's what you need to do to be a successful defense long-term, especially when you don't have an edge player. So I can't wait for them to get more ingredients to cook with this year. It's to me, this is just exciting. Like, I am happy that Patrick Graham is back, and I think you can hear that in my voice. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like all that good stuff. Appreciate it, man. Let's go Big Blue. Patrick Graham's back. Now fire Jason Garrett. Please fire Jason Garrett. Let's go Big Blue.